No, I hate my hair. Sorry, gotta put my fake pony in. I know it's getting a bit boring now, but I've got no hair, you know? Hi, welcome. Today, finally, I'm going to be filming my full face of drugstore favourites. I hope. I mean, I'm going to film it right now, like physically right now. This is, what day? Friday. But it might go wrong and I can't do a good eye look or something like that, so if you unfocus one more time. We're just going to hop straight in and we're going to start on eyes because I think I'm going to do like a cut crease or something like that, and I don't want any fallout or yada 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 getting on my base. It's going to come as no shock that my drugstore pick for the best palette is the Sof Extra Spice. This palette is incredible. I love it so much. It's amazing. It's £10. You should get it. So I'm just going to prime my eyes. I'm going to use my Revolution Super Size Conceal and Define because this is one of my favourite concealers for priming my eyes. One, it's cheap, and two, it's cheap, and three, it just does a good job of priming the old eye. I'm going to go all the way around, kind of hide that redness under there. I think it looks worse on camera than it does in real life. Oh, on another note, just got my second Urban Decay glitter gel. Look at the colour, kind of matches my nails. Lash. And I'm just going to blend this out. And we're gonna get ready to party. I have done quite a lot of tutorials on my channel using this palette. I've done some in-depth ones, so I'm not gonna be too long on the eyes, but I will kind of come in a bit. That's just so you can actually see a little bit more. Don't want it to darken too much. I don't want to zoom in that much. So I think I'm going to do like a brownie reddy kind of sunset-y cut crease, and then a different colour on the actual cut crease. So I'm going to start off by dipping into this shade Brownies. I'm just going to throw this on my crease outer corner to inner corner, but keeping my eye wide open so I actually see it. This trick has just changed the game for my hooded eyes, like just looking a little bit creepy while applying your eyeshadow. Just really helps. I'll just take it slightly under that corner, just so that I don't go too bananas, you know what I'm like. Look at the pigment of that. Do you know what I mean? Another drugstore palette that I really love and adore, and I do want to try and kind of give some other alternatives as I go through this video, because in my last one a lot of people were leaving comments like, oh, I thought you were going to use your Clinique foundation, is that not your favourite? Because I have lots of favourites in the same category in drugstore and high end, but it's just kind of comes down to what I use more, if you know what I mean. But another palette that I think is absolutely incredible from the drugstore is the Lottie London and Tweely Living My Best Life palette. That is really good. I've done a couple of tutorials on that, I think, on my channel. Then just take a clean brush and blend that out. You can see from the way I do it that it does transfer onto my lids, but that doesn't matter because we just cover all of that nonsense up anyway. Just blend a pinchy pinch. Another thing, this palette just blends like a dream. I've literally never used it and been disappointed. There is a couple of colours in the palette that A, I either don't like, or B, I think don't perform as well. I do think the shimmers, weirdly enough, are not as good as the mattes, but I can live with putting in extra work for the price. I'm gonna grab a Zoeva 228 and I'm going to dip into the shade 21. I mean, you know, picks up well. I'm just gonna blend this brown shade out. Probably need to go back in and intensify the brown because I'm kind of covering it up a lot, but I don't care. That's kind of my process anyway, so. Oh my goodness, as well, the Jeffree Star Jawbreaker Summer Collection is going to be shown tonight on his YouTube channel. Can't believe it, very excited. 2 palettes. This palette actually doesn't have that much fallout at all. Like right now I've got nothing. I probably could have done this after I'd done my face, but I just wanted to do my eyes first. And then I'm gonna go in with the shade Sweet and Sour. Come on, tell me again how this palette's £10. This is why I keep saying this is the best palette collab and the best palette that they've ever done, because it is just the most pigmented. Like, these are mattes. I know I look crazy right now. And then to start really blending this out, I'm going to go into vitamin C, which you can see I have hit pan on quite dramatically actually, and just start blending out the top edge. Everything's just starting to blend out and look a bit more cohesive. I'm going to go back in and intensify that red for sure. Because the orange is kind of overtaking it, but this is just blending so beautifully. So I'm just going back in with the shade 21 just to re-intensify my red shade in my crease, obviously. You can't tell me this doesn't look like high-end eyeshadows or perform like a lot of high-end eyeshadows. I've got high-end eyeshadows that don't work as well as this palette. And then I'm just going to use another pinch of Sweet and Sour and then a little bit more vitamin C just above that and just blend it out, and then that will be kind of the blend. My eyeshadow game is not really returned to me yet. Just gonna go back in with more of that shade Brownies and deepen up my outer corner. Yeah, I just feel like I'm not achieving anything that great. But you'll get the general gist if you've never seen this palette being used before. Oakley dokley. I think that's all I'm gonna get at the moment from life, from what it's handing me eyeshadow wise. I'm gonna nip off camera, throw on my cut crease because it's just something that if I film will take 17 years, and I've done it in a lot of other videos. So and then I will be back and we will move on to filling in the lid, and perhaps there's gonna be glitter involved. Maybe. I can't say. So I've thrown on my cut crease, well, one side anyway. And I think I'm gonna go cool toned. I think I'm gonna go cool toned on this. That's the thing. I'm gonna go in with the shade Infinity. It's just got a little bit of like kick up from other shades on top. That's why I'm blowing on it very hygienically, but it's only me that uses it, so it's fine. And I'm just gonna pick this up on my new Crown brush, C509. They sent me a bunch of brushes and stuff today. which is exciting. And I'm just gonna throw that on the old cut crease. It's obviously going on dry, but over a tacky base, so it's got good pigmentation. You know, look at that. I mean, it's got the pigment. I have to, you know, dip in a few times. That's fine. I don't care. Like I said, for this price point, I am willing to put in a little bit more effort, you know. So now I just need to pick what shade I want to blend that out with, and I'm a little bit concerned. I actually might start blending out the shade every day, which is another metallic, but it's more kind of warm toned champagne-y, just at the edge. And then I can probably fade that into brown a bit easier. I think I'll go in with 21. The reddy, raspberry, pinky shade. Pop that on. I'll need to throw a little bit of sweet and sour just in front of that colour, because that's a bit too intense for the blendiness. Here we go, it's a bit better. And then I'll just pop on a little bit more brownies, just blending into that red. But now, we're gonna make glitter. And I do have my drugstore favourite glitters for kind of dupe for high end are the Collection Glam Crystals, which are a total dupe of the Urban Decay Heavy Metal liners, not like the new one I got, but the Heavy Metal liners. And I've got a pure silver, which would be silver, or what I'm thinking to use is the more sheer, kind of clearish one that's got kind of holographic glitter inside in a clear one. This is in the shade Cosmic Stars, and I think I'll just wash this over my whole cut crease because I wanted to use the glitter anyway, because it is one of my favourite drugstore products and I need to use glitter because I get very upset when I don't. So I'm just gonna dip in, dip out, and just cover my entire cut crease with this gorgeousness. It's quite sheer, so you'll probably not really pick up much from looking at me, but it will just add a lovely glittery sheen, as glitters do. So I will just copy paste this over to this side, and then I'll be back. We'll move on to skin finally. Or hopefully I can edit this 45 minutes of filming already down to much less. So one thing led to another and I ended up putting a wing on. Don't know how it happened. I don't actually have a favourite drugstore liner, like liquid liner, to be honest. Not that I have high-end favourites, I do, but I don't really have a specific liner that I really care about. So I just used the Colourpop black liquid liner because that is technically drugstore, isn't it? So let us now move on to the face, finally. I don't have a favourite drugstore primer, so I'm going to go in with my Revolution Hydration Boost Moisturiser, which I really, really do love and really recommend. So Hamish is just talking to me. I'm just going to grab on a brush and then throw it on my neep, you know? Just melts into the skin like water. It's honestly so lush, but it isn't that cheap. I think it's like £10. So there are definitely cheaper moisturisers at the drugstore, but I do really like this one, and it is the one I reach for instead of my Peter Thomas Roth water drench one, which is way more expensive. Then moving on to foundation, let me just say, I'm going to use this specific one, but other options would be Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Foundation is incredible. Their Camouflage Foundation from Rev Pro is incredible. The foundation drops from Revolution Pro are incredible. But this is the foundation I've chosen to use, and you can see by how much I've used in the bottle how much I love it. It's down to about here. I do own 4 bottles of this though. This is the Maybelline Super Stay. I'm going to use the shade 05 Light Beige. It's maybe even a bit too dark for me, but I can just take it down my neck and try not to get it on this white top. But let's be real. The fact I've not got makeup on it already is a miracle. This is full coverage everythingness. It is cake face. It's beautiful. I love it so much. So I'm just gonna start splatting this on, to be honest. It does oxidize a pinch, so actually it seems a bit pale right now. I actually think that's a pretty good colour for me. If anything, just slightly too yellow. Like I feel like my chest is maybe a bit more pink, but it's pretty spot on. It is a pinch dark. I don't think it picks up on camera because it is just a pinch too dark. But look at the coverage on that foundation. I've used it so much on my channel, like I'm not gonna talk about it too much, but wow. Do you know what I mean? Wow. I love it. For concealer, I've actually chosen to use my Revolution Pro Camouflage Concealer. This is shade C1. This is full coverage, but it's really hydrating, and I would say it's a really good dupe of the not It Cosmetics, Amazing Cosmetics Amazing Concealer. Personally, I feel like it is so similar. It's amazing. I've not used it for a really long time on my channel, but it is when I looked in my drawer, the concealer that I thought, yeah, that is the fullest coverage. That's what I would choose to wear if tonight I had an event to go to and I was only using drugstore makeup. Because to be quite frank with you, my concealers are something that I do tend to buy more high end. I do tend to just prefer them. So this is my favorite. I do like Conceal and Define, but on me it's not full coverage, it's more medium coverage, but it is really good. But this is my favorite in my drawer. I'll just squirt some out on a brush because it's just got like a squeezy tube. And then we'll just blend it out. See that kind of sheen you can see, because it is really hydrating. It does crease on me, but all concealers do, like I always say. So yeah, if you gave me a concealer that didn't crease on me, I would eat my hot water bottle. No, I'd eat my husband, because it just doesn't exist. I mean, I know I've plonked it on top of a very full coverage foundation, but please trust me, this has incredible coverage. It's so lovely. I wet my sponge about 5 hours ago, so it's starting to get a little dry. So if you watch my videos, you may know that I kind of go on about how I don't have a favourite drugstore loose powder. I have picked one that's not technically drugstore, but in my opinion, for how much you get compared to the price, it is drugstore. This is the Coty Airspun powder. It was recommended to me just by a few people on my channel, and I eventually bought it off Amazon. This was £11 when I bought it, and you get so much product. I've put a bit, how much is it? 65 grams of product. For reference, in Laura Mercier you get 29 grams of product, so you get so much product for about £11–12 on Amazon. And I'm just going to use this to bake my under eyes because they are creasing badly. I'm actually just going to use it all over my face, but this powder it is as good as any high-end powder that I've used, to be quite honest. I've been putting it through its paces a lot recently in my own time, just when I've been sitting playing with makeup, and it's just honestly phenomenal. It just sinks into your skin, it isn't drying, it's really great. The downside, it smells so bad. Not in like a weird it's gone off way, in like a oh my goodness, it's, I don't want to offend people, but like old ladies, you know what I mean. Let me rephrase, it smells like the perfume old ladies wear. It's very floral scented. It doesn't hang around, like once you've applied it, you're not going to smell it. However, if you do apply it with your brush, you are going to smell it on your brush until you clean that brush. Trust me on that one. I'm literally just baking my entire face. So I'm gonna have to use my brush just to get rid of any excess, but yeah, it's just incredible. Trust me and buy it. Everything will be linked down below. Please use my links. Ember. Keep getting messages like, oh my goodness, have you bought the new Morphe palette yet? You know, the Rainbow Pride one. I'm like, no. Can't Emperor. So now that I've pretty much baked my entire face, I'm just going to go in with my powder brush just to get rid of any excess, which there is a little bit. And now that I'm wearing enough powder for approximately 474,000 people, I'm going to go in with more powder. But my face now looks really flat, really matte, really cardboard cut-outy. I'm going to go in with what has been one of my favourite products, discoveries ever. When I saw they launched this, I was so excited. I've used it on my channel. It's the Revolution Pro Skin Finish. This is in the shade Opalescent, which looks like this. And this is like Hourglass ambient lighting powders. It's like MAC mineralized skin finishes. This just adds a sheen over your skin that looks natural, but it's just, I literally use this every single day now. Honestly, every single day. Like, look what that's just done. Just through my T-zone, just added that little glimmer of amazingness. I put it all over, but not in the center of my forehead, where I've got my wrinkly dinklies. Botox 2019. I keep getting told, don't do it before you're 30, and I'm like, but I've already got the lines. I've already got the lines before I'm 30. It's just magical stuff. Like, subtle. It's just, my gosh. And you can kind of build it up, make it a wee bit more shiny. I've not tried it like wet and tried it as a highlighter because I just have highlighters for that, but it just adds this glow. Isn't that incredible? £5. Amazing. I won't buy MAC Mineralized Skin Finish now because I know how good that product is. And because I've added so much powder to my face, you know, I want to go in with a setting spray, something that's going to rehydrate, soak up any loose powder, any excess powder. I was going to say soak up. I think that's more of a Scottish word. Soak up some excess powder. And I really love the collection, I was going to say Lasting Perfection, the collection setting spray, the matte and the dewy one. But if it was life or death, it would be this one. It is on the more high end, and it's not technically drugstore because you need to buy it online, like Beauty Bay, things like that. It's the Milani Make It Dewy. This stuff is, it's bomb. It is so bomb. If you've got oily skin, I maybe would not go for this because it is so dewy. But if you've got dry skin, if you just want to glow, Milani. It's £13. So it's up there, but it's the one I would pick in a house buyer if I had to save a drugstore setting spray. You know what I mean? Because that will happen. It's a brand new bottle, didn't realise. I don't know if you'll notice how much glow it's added because of that skin finish I put on, but it's got a lovely mister on it as well. It's just one of those ones kind of could do a firm press and it's a really nice mister, but it just makes me feel good, you know? My bronzer's not going to come as much of a shock. It was between this one and a couple, so it was either going to be L'Oreal, is it Back to Bronze, I think it's called. I also really like my Milani ones, which I've spoken about a lot in the past, but the one that I have to pick is actually the cheapest out of all of them, and it is just the best. It is the best one, and it is the I Heart Makeup Summer of Love bronzer. It looks like this. It's obviously duping Too Faced, but this bronzer I have used so much. How have I not hit pan on this? That's all I'm going to say. It's incredible. It has a sheen. It's wonderful. I'm using quite a light hand because I don't want to put on too much, and I feel like in my high-end video when I used Hoola Light, I went quite carefully. I didn't want to apply too much product, and also that is a really light bronzer anyway, but I just felt like I looked a bit better not having such a deep bronzer on. Slash just using a little bit less, but this is very fair girl friendly, so if you are very fair, don't worry, you can wear this no problem, because I am very fair. So it is in keeping with the kind of very dewy, sheeny kind of look that I'm going for, but it's not got glitter in it. It's not a bronzer that if you are scared of like bronzers that aren't matte, that will scare you, because this one is just so subtly beautiful. Oh my goodness, I just love it. I think this one is a £5 compared to my Hoola Light, which I used in my high-end video, which is what, £24? Big difference, you know? It's just perfection. It is perfection. I feel like I'm getting a bit repetitive, but then I'm like remembering, you know, it's your full face of drugstore favourites. So you will have seen a lot of these products before, because I am pretty consistent sometimes with using my favourites a lot. So for contour, you won't be shocked. It's Sleek, and it is the face contour kit, and this is in light. I was going to say fair light. You can see how much I've used it. I never use the highlight shade. That really is wasted on me, although it does look really pretty. And every time I swatch it, I say that, I'm like, oh, it's pretty. But it is the contour shade in here that I live for. Need to hurry up, my video's about to premiere. I'm just using a blank canvas brush. I'm just gonna put not too much on. But then my hair is pulled back pretty severely, so I need to make sure it's really in my hairline. Thankfully, it's bath night. It's just so sculpting. I love it. You know I do if you've been on my channel for any length of time. Get the schnoz. Just a pinch. I just feel so confident with a wee bit of contour on. You know, it just makes me feel a lot more done up than if I chose not to do contour, which is, to be honest, frankly, never. Highlighter. It's another Makeup Revolution sister company, not sponsored by Makeup Revolution, wish it was. Makeup Obsession. Mega Honey and Mega Lightning. I think I'm gonna have to use Mega Lightning because I am so fair today. These highlighters are truly incredible. You get 7.5 grams of product. They are £3. £3. They have plenty shades. They have a plethora, you could say, of shades. I'm going to swatch them for you. They're baked formulas. So this is Mega Lightning, Mega Honey. They are truly incredible, but you won't see how beautiful they are until I put them on my face. And if you are an American viewer, hi, welcome, America. That is so exotic to me. Honestly, I've never been. These have just gone to Ulta. I'm pretty sure it's Ulta, I think. So it's marbled, if you haven't seen it up close, sorry. So it isn't just like full on, bam, white highlighter, because they're even too pale for me. Just wait, just wait. I'm gonna use it dry, so I'm just picking it up. I'm still talking, no cutting here, no cutting. Look at that. Are you or are you not entertained? Do you know what I mean? I actually probably could get away with Mega Honey today. I might put a smidge of that on top of this, just because this is so fair. But I am going to take this a little bit just down here. I love highlighter there for some reason. Like, I look like a disco ball. That is how much I'm glowing. Let me just tell you the price again, just in case you were confused. It is £3. 3. Have I put on too much highlight? Have I? Yes, in the probably polite societies. We're not like that here. I'm actually just going to go in with a little bit of Mega Honey just on this part here, just because I want to. It's a little bit kind of whitish on me at the moment. This is going to make it a wee bit more champagne-y. Just because I can. You know? A little bit of powder brush, just simmer things down a pinch. I know, not too much though. And for blush, I'm going to go in with my Natural Collection Peach Melba. Thank you everyone for telling me that they do still do this shade, even though it's just repackaged. Thank goodness. When this one runs out or starts to smell, which it won't because it's powder, but it will eventually, but it won't for a long time, I will buy a new one. But for now, Peach Melba, old packaging, beautiful blush. You can use this so subtly, or you can pack it on. It's like a mauvey peach is how I would describe it, but a very, very soft one. It's just beautiful. My skin is just looking intense right now. Let's just use a little bit more of setting spray. I'm in a lot of turmoil as to what to do with my lower lash line, because I feel like I could make it really dark and smoky, but there's a very large part of my body, and I feel my soul telling me to put this along my lower lash line and just be done with it, so I might just do that. I'll just run one colour along, just as a kind of base. I'll just run Cookie Dough from the palette. I'm not going to use Supernova. I'm going to use Asteroid, which is the blue. Because I can do what I want. I'm an adult, kind of can do what I want. I do have a husband that I do have to obviously, you know, respect and things, so. My preferred way is to take it off on a brush and then just put it on wherever I'm putting it on, and right now that's my lower lash line. This is going to be good, I can feel it. It's just going to make everything a bit more fun. I mean, I had to use this product somehow, considering it is a drugstore must. And I really want them to do ones that are just packed with glitter, because then it would be a Stila dupe. And just add more shades to the range. I like 2 layers as well. I feel like that just gives you a wee bit more punch. See, this is just turned out a wee bit fruitier, a wee bit more me, just by having a little bit of blue down there. And then, would it even be me if I didn't use my Kiko eyeliner? This is shade 1110 turquoise. I'm not sure if this is still in sale, to be honest, anymore, but they do have other like turquoise blue eyeliners, so I'm just gonna throw that on. I just love a blue eyeliner. Just makes it more unique having a little bit of colour, I think, in your waterline. I'm going to use any old mascara just for my lower lashes. I don't have a mascara favourite. I mean, I guess I do. Maybelline Lash Sensational is really good. I've only got the waterproof one right now, and that is poo to remove, so I'm just going to use this Zoeva one. This isn't important. Sometimes I really overline my lips way too much. Today's kind of one of those days. I just used MUA TLC lip liner. These are incredible. This has been used to death, and it now looks like the length of a normal one. This is how long they actually are. Like, these are £2, £1 sometimes, and you get so much product for your money. Now, you're not going to be surprised. I'm going to use Maybelline 981 lipstick. This is the best lipstick on the planet. This is a brand new one. Very excited. Only swatched up my hand once, just to show someone what it looked like, and it's one of the best lipsticks you'll ever buy. I can't wait to get a new DF though from Jaclyn Hill and see how pale it is. Oh, my premiere's about to start. I need to do my outro in a moment. I just love premiering my videos. I keep saying it, but it is so much fun. Everyone just chats. Everyone's so nice. You know what I mean? It's just nice. I need to think of a better word than nice. Nice is a horrible, horrible word. Anyway, might as well go with the gloss now because it's my favourite one. Vivid Hot Lacquer in shade 60 Tease by Maybelline, which is incredible, and you should all go and buy it. Perfect nude gloss. No? Yeah? I'm sure you don't disagree with me. If you disagree with me, then we can't be friends, because people that disagree can't be friends, if you didn't know that in 2019. So that is as we've reached the end of our quest. These are my drugstore favourites on my mug. What's your thoughts? What's your opinions? I just feel so good. Like I feel makeup-y good, you know? Just glorious. Just so modest. I really panicked with my earrings and I just threw in these neon pink hoops. I put in blue ones, they were too like sweet and soft, and anyway, let's give the roundup. First product, this moisturizer is lovely. I would say a good dupe in terms of how it feels to the Peter Thomas Roth Water Cloud Cream. Is it Water Cloud Cream? Hyaluronic Cloud Cream. I'm not sure that this contains as many good ingredients as that one does, but it feels really good under your makeup. It feels just great on your skin on any other day as well. It just goes on like a kind of gel moisturizer, as it would suggest, but it like goes into water. It's great. Anyway, my foundation is a staple in my foundation drawer. I have 4 bottles of these, but I do think I've used up a whole bottle, so I've had 5. I currently have 4, 2 of shade 10 and 2 of shade 5. It's just full butt coverage. It's incredible. It's one of the most full coverage foundations at the drugstore that is very matte, so if you've got really oily skin, this would probably be your best friend if you want that full coverage. If you've got very dry skin, you would have to do some serious skin prep before wearing this, in my opinion. I've got very normal skin. It's very, very good to me, and I can wear it. I can wear any foundation really. Sounds so big-headed, but it's just because people ask me what skin type I have when I recommend foundations, but it's just great. I can't sing its praises enough. I have done a lot in the past. This concealer, I think a lot of you probably wouldn't have seen this one coming. Tell me below what concealer you thought I was going to pick from the drugstore. This coverage is incredible. I've wanted to use this as my foundation, and I had such a dewy full coverage base. It's great. It's so cheap and so good, and I would recommend it to anyone out there, especially if maybe in the past you wanted to try the Amazing Cosmetics one. This is a complete dupe of that. It's just a staple in my drawer, and when I want full coverage from the drugstore, these are the kind of combinations that I go for. I just think it is much better coverage than the Conceal and Define Concealer. The Coty Airspun powder, I would recommend. It is fabulous. It is so good. So good. So good. Okay, that's how I feel about that. This too. Add on all of those sods. This is so good too. This is really incredible. When my video about the magnetic lashes, Friday's video went up, a lot of people were saying my skin looked really good. Thank you. I was actually wearing this foundation and then this skin finish on top. It's incredible. It is truly incredible, and it is so cheap. So. This bronzer, not gonna go on about it. It's incredible. Sleek. Contour is incredible for fair skin. They do ones for deeper skin as well. What are we on next? Oh my goodness. I do have to just talk about these for a second. These highlighters are nuts. I knew immediately when I opened my highlighter drawer, which by the way is overflowing. It is overflowing. I'm gonna have to move in a second drawer for my highlighters. But I knew immediately that I was gonna pick the Makeup Obsession ones because they are truly phenomenal. Blush is phenomenal. If you want glowy, dewy, beautiful skin, this Milani is beautiful. It's a bit more expensive, but it is truly worth it. If you want to try a slightly cheaper, in fact quite a bit cheaper, $3.99 I think it is, the Collection Dewy Setting Spray is really nice as well. I think we need to talk about eyes. We've not talked about eyes. This palette, well, I don't need to say anything about this palette. It is phenomenal for £10. It's nuts. There's a couple of colours that I think are a bit kind of duds, like this green. When you look at it, it's a bit more beautiful than when you actually, I mean, that swatch looks pretty good. Yeah, this palette's phenomenal. I love it. I love it so much. I love it with my whole heart. This was an easy pick for me as well. And then the Collection Glam Crystals, trust me, go and buy them. They are total dupes of the Urban Decay Heavy Metal Liners. You know I've got lots of those too. I rave about them, I stand by them, I will pay full price for them, but these are so great, and $2.99 is incredible. And no other drugstore brand seems to be picking up on the trail of thin, like precise application glitters. It's really weird, like liquid glitters. And then the Kiko eye pencil, amazing. Barry M, honestly, buy these if you are a fiend for colour, beautiful metallicness. Trust me, pick some of these up. That is the one I use, Asteroid, Supernova. I'll swatch just because I love these things with my entire heart. These all over your entire lid are truly incredible. Truly incredible. Finally, moving on to lips. One of the best lip liners I've ever discovered at the drugstore is the MUA ones. They're so cheap. TLC is what I'm wearing. TLC is a great all-round nude. And then Maybelline 981 is my favourite lipstick, although 710 is very close to my heart as well. And then 60T's in the Vivid Hot Lacquers. This outro is grossly long. I want to barf. So that is my picks from the drugstore. Tell me down below, are you surprised at some? You won't be surprised at others. I'm not going to ask, are you not surprised at others? Let me know what you think of the look. It's not my best look, but what ifs. We're just playing, we're just putting on really good makeup that is also inexpensive, and that means it's amazing. I also want to say a huge thank you to my Patreons. Your names will be on the screen right now. Hopefully, Melissa, please remember to add them. When I hit, or if I hit 30 Patreons, I'm going to hold a Patreon only giveaway, so look out for that. Hopefully that can come in the future, quite soon, maybe at some point. If you are international, it's going to be a gift card that I can just buy you online, and if you are in the UK, I will send you some makeup or a gift card if you want that instead. It's just to say thank you for becoming a Patreon. It really means more than you know to me, little Melissa from Leith in Edinburgh. You know what I mean? It's just mind-blowing. The link is down below if you want to become a Patreon. Don't feel pressured. Don't feel like you have to. Most of you probably won't, because you'll be like, I don't have to. Because we're adults, most of us, and we make our own decisions. But thank you if you do decide to become a Patreon. It means the world to me. And if you're a multi-millionaire, just, you know, a couple of grand. Let me buy a few Natasha Denona palettes, a few Pat McGrath palettes, you know. What's the harm? Thank you so much for watching, and I really hope I'll catch you in my next video. Bye! I squirted. But Mega Honey and these... What the France are they called? Natural Collection Peach...
No, what is that? What is it? What is that?
81 is my favourite one. Shut up. What's going on? I'm from Liverpool. I just spat everywhere. Then this